Good morning, Baltimore. This is Society Shame. This is the road show. We got another location that we're using today. And this is my guest. It's Chucky. Chucky's walking the dog today, keeping social distancing. Today is Sunday, Society Shame. And we're talking about the media, the General Assembly.
I was making a video for work, and my cats made
That's
two appearances, unwanted appearances.
All right.
I had almost finished one, and here comes.
And this is me making this documentary, and this is part of it, Society Shame. This is my page, so everybody can keep abreast of what I be doing. That's the prelude I just shot. That's what I shot yesterday. These are artists in the movie Let Us Design. And right now we're getting ready to go to Anchor Broadcast. It's 8 a.m. and we're going live, podcasting. Good morning. Today is Sunday, April 26, 2020. We are live in Baltimore, Maryland. Anchor Podcasting. Society Shame. Been doing this for like 8-9 straight days. We've been getting it in. Today is Shameful Sundays. Shameful Sundays. And for the people that can't see what's going on here, you can view this on Society Shame. These are trinkets and toys. You get to see my monkey, Curious George, and you get to see Donald Trump. It's shaming people. Because if you ever heard about a man named Martin Luther King, he had a campaign of public shame. He didn't use guns. He didn't use violence. He used the campaign of public shame. He shut down the garbage company in Tennessee. He shut down the buses in Alabama. He had a power. He had a power to people. And that's what I got this idea from. I don't need 1 million people to march. I need 1 million people to pay attention. Social media for social change. So welcome to Anchor FM. We got about 29 minutes left, 28 minutes left. This is my newest episode. And today we're gonna shame the politicians. We're gonna tell the truth and shame the devil. It's Sunday morning joy. And if you could see what the other people can't see, you can still hear a cup of coffee in the morning. Fox 45. We got Chucky and the dog. And we got Donald Trump right in front of us. Now, I ain't the smartest person in the book. I'm not the sharpest pencil in the case. But I'm very colorful. And I got a smart mouth. Now, I like the little skit that Eddie Griffith did about Donald Trump with the Lysol. I hope y'all don't ingest. But my stick in the game, my public shame, I like to shit on people because they shit on me. It's a fair exchange. Ain't no stick up. Now, if you could see this, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You got 15. You got 15 different articles here that relate to Donald Trump, that relate to Baltimore, that relates to cleaning up the city. Not only Donald Trump, but President Obama. Because like I said, racism don't work without black cooperation. All right? It don't work without black cooperation. Ask T.J. Smith and Theroux. All right? Shaming people means that you can talk about them, but if you can't back up what you say, then that's shaming yourself. Shaming people means that you can talk about them and pull their card and look them in their face when you do it. And that's what I do. I publicly shame people. And I publicly shame Theroux every time I see him. And we get over this coronavirus, you're going to see me shaming T.J. Smith. When we get over this coronavirus, we're building a toilet like you build a bear. And I'm getting ready to cut all these pictures out. And we're going to put them on the toilet. Everybody's picture is going to be on the toilet. So if you're looking, you're going to see they're on toilet paper. You're going to be on the shitter. Each and every one of y'all. And we're going to talk about crime and justice and representation. We're going to go to Kurt Anderson. We're going to have Mary McIntosh. Because this is a political toilet. It's a political issue. And what about that shit? Yeah. We're going to do crime and justice with the news. Because the news don't get away with this neither. That's WJZ. All right. I have received the subpoena for the production of the documents and the things that you say. I am enclosing a DVD of the stories we covered that are responsive to the subpoena. Y'all didn't give up the DVDs that I sent y'all, where I had y'all on film and had y'all on video. So we're going to revisit this case. It's publicly shaming you. All right. We're going to publicly shame these public officials. We're going to make you do your job or lose your job or end up on my shit list. If you look right here, these are the public, this is the media. Because like I said, WJZ gave me that one. And that's the Department of Justice on air coordinator, WJZ. All videos and legal material. Because I'm going to shame WJZ like they shame me. Not only going to do WJZ, I'm going to talk about Lee Laurie, Pulitzer Prize winner. All right. I'm going to talk about Diana Suggs, Ian Duncan, Mike Shue, Christian Schaefer, Mike Marion, Jeff Abel, Karen Parks, Dakari Turner, Megan Pringle, Barry Sims, Tim Tennyson, Kelly Swoop, Lisa Robinson, C4. We're definitely going to talk about Larry Young. We're going to talk about 92Q. We're going to talk about Kathleen Hughes. Because like I said, I work for y'all. I cater for y'all. Never bite the hand that feeds you. And I fed a lot of people in Baltimore. Now, the people are watching this, listening to the broadcast can't see this, but these are pictures and names. And these are direct mail receipts from public officials. That's Senator Antonio Hayes. That's the direct, and that's from 2015. And that's the Gayle King, CBS Radio, 2019. That's the President Trump. Because like I said, I'm not going to talk about you. I'm going to talk to you. And that's President Trump in the monkey's lap. George, he all grown up. The man in the yellow hat don't live here no more. Just the man with the yellow skin. That orange man. That orange man. All right. This is what it is all about. I'm going to publicly shame you. That's red, white, and blue. You are liable. It's a body attachment. A fine or failure to obey this subpoena. This subpoena was the Pollard towing. All right. And Pollard towing didn't produce my property and didn't compensate me for my losses. And the state illegally converted my property. Marilyn Mosby know about that. That's why we talking about that. It's about the General Assembly and how y'all make money off of black bodies. So like I said, we're going to publicly shame you because we're going to talk about how long you knew and who knew what and when. Y'all got rid of Cheryl Glenn, but y'all didn't do nothing to Bobby Zirkin. Now, Corey, you running real deep with Mosby. So, like I said, it's a fair exchange. Ain't no stick up. You're elected officials and you got a job to do. Clippinger, like I said, Senate Bill 374, access to the grand jury. That's your jobs. You can't run for Congress if you can't do your job as a state representative. You running from a lot more time in jail because when you get caught up with this corruption charge about the jails, you're going to be snitching like whistling. I'd advise you to, man, pick a side. Pick a side. Do what you got to do because I am. My battery's running low on my phone. But like I said, this is Shameful Sundays. Shameful Sundays. And we're going to shame our public officials, our elected officials from the 42nd District. We're going to shame Nancy Pulliam from the 44th District. We're going to shame everybody that's running for office and holding office. Because this ain't about black or white. It's about you doing your job. the oath of office you took. Y'all got Cheryl Glenn jammed up? Well, let's go after Bobby Zirkin, Senator Bobby Zirkin, and Bobby Zirkin's law firm. They made a lot of money. Senator Bobby Zirkin, Senator Broshin, Senator Lafferty, Bobby Zirkin's law firm, Judge Turnbull's law firm made a lot of money off of black bodies and the laws that they passed while those was in office. And Judge Turnbull made a lot of money off of the bodies he sent to jail in Baltimore County. Y'all running a slave enterprise and a slave trade in Baltimore County under Shellenberger's office. Scott Shellenberger, Judge Turnbull, Judge Papai, Judge Souter, Judge Janae. I can prove corruption and abuses of power in your court to shield the corruption in Scott Shellenberger's office. It's a criminal enterprise. And I can show you where my public defender participated in this. You seen in that paperwork case number K111091. That's a criminal case. And Polly Thorne was charged with that. It was a subpoena. And if they didn't take that subpoena, then they should have been incarcerated. We should have had a jury trial. We ain't had that yet. That's from 2011. And is found innocent. All property. 13 years. 1K. That was my retirement plan. It entailed the Baltimore City and the Baltimore County delegation votes they've been making since 2006. The rise of Governor O'Malley from city councilman to governor. They say the people that helped you get to the top, same ones you're going to see come to the bottom. I've always been at the bottom of the ladder. I always help people up. I'm not a mentality. The rest of the community with it. Like I said, you. And when I build this toilet, it's going to be about the Maryland General Assembly, and I'm going to put your faces on it. Y'all wrote the laws to incarcerate black Baltimore. Zero tolerance, stop and frisk. Y'all made millions and millions of dollars off of that. Y'all made more money off of your investments in the prison industry. Your 401ks and your surety bonds are tied to that. Governor O'Malley's wife, Katie O'Malley, works in juvenile court, and she worked in renters court. You made a lot of money off of black bodies in juvenile court, and you constantly making money off of renters court. Your relationships with landlords in Baltimore City and Baltimore County is horrific. But like I said, we're going to publicly shame you. I'm going to show them where the money is. And when I show them where the money is, the comptroller been shielding this for the longest too, because I asked for this audit back in 2008. Personally, face to face, not just on Facebook, on paper. My business was making $260,000 a year, went from $260,000 a year to zero. A car don't stop that fast. $2,008, but money was made. And your public officials, your delegates, your elected officials permitted that. All right? Permitted that. Mr. Brooks. Taxation without representation is against the Constitution of the United States. That's why they had the Boston Tea Party. That's why I got the toilet party. I'm going to shit on you. I'm not going to sit on you. I'm going to shit on you. With your Donald Trump toupee. I'm going to see what you say today. You in office still. And you still got to deal with this. Like I say, I'm building a toilet. When that toilet gets finished, it's going to have all our representatives on it. And I'm going to take it around town. We're going to shine the light on you. Y'all running for office. I'm running my mouth. And I'm going to show you how you represent our communities. Appropriations Committee. How much money do you make off of inmates in Baltimore City and Baltimore County? How much do you make off of inmates, period? We want to know. Now, this is Speaker of the House Jones. I gave Speaker of the House a whistleblower's application over 3 months ago. Speaker Jones will not speak to me. I asked for the grand jury last year with Speaker Jones when Bobby Zirkin was chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee. Speaker Jones ain't answered nothing. So you know we really going to be talking about Miss Jones. Racism don't work without black cooperation. Speaker Jones was in the audience when I talked about the prison industry in Baltimore County. Y'all was swearing in the first black female head of Baltimore County Detention Center. It was on a Monday night. I testified in front of the Baltimore County Council. So like I said, when I ain't no law against making a movie. It was about the Democratic Party. About you, Delegate Hettleman, before you was senator. 2 months ago out at Loyola University. I seen Don Moynihan and Governor Ehrlich. Y'all was doing a speak at Loyola University. And you was like, I'm not a legislator anymore. Yeah, but the you put in place lined your pockets and put you on a speaker series. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Because I got 52 of y'all that I want. That's my delegate, County Councilman Patrick Young. And you want to ask me time and time what I want. I want the access to the grand jury. I don't be compensated for my losses. And I want Scott Shellenberger to be charged criminally. Shameful Sundays. See, because social media created social distancing. And since we doing these Zoom accounts and we doing these live feeds, I'm as live as it get. Mr. Miller, me and you got a station already. Me and Mr. Miller already got a station. It's called The Puppet Law. It's on our YouTube channel, Puppet Law. I was shaking his hand. This was in 2010, long before I got locked up. And it was an application. It was a silent movie about race and racism. And it named y'all. It showed you. Very, very detailed. Now, Mr. Lafferty, Shameful Sundays. How long you been knowing me, Mr. Lafferty? When I started making that silent movie, because you're in it. Came to your office on countless times. You don't want to talk about it. Y'all make a lot of money off of black bodies and Hispanics in Baltimore County. Your Baltimore County delegation. Me and you been knowing each other since day one. And I really need you to defend my rights, Senator Sitnor. Everything that me and you been talking about needs to be discussed in front of the grand jury. All the evidence I gave your office the first of the year needs to be put in front of the grand jury. You have knowledge of criminal behavior by the Officer Scott Shellenberger. Racketeering and fraud in the courts of Baltimore County courts and their county government. I'm going to publicly shame y'all because I'm going to constantly name y'all. That's Montgomery County Senator Maldonado. That's when y'all came in with gay marriage and marriage equality. Yeah. Senator William C. Smith. Senate Judiciary Committee. I'm a whistleblower. Y'all let them lock a whistleblower up. And y'all won't open your mouth about it. Because you make a lot of money off of black bodies in Baltimore County. In the state of Maryland, period. Baltimore City generates so much revenue. It's the jewel of Maryland. But Montgomery County got a lot of money too. And you protect Montgomery County. Yes, State House. It's gonna be like Family Guy, Roadhouse. Cause y'all giving me a lot to work with. I came to y'all on the first day of session to the House opening in Montgomery County, Prince George's County. All of y'all was in the room. I told y'all what I wanted. And I told y'all what I'm building. Shameful Sundays. Sunday's a day for confession and getting good with your God, religiously, spiritually, emotionally. Rest. You feeding the homeless. We've been feeding the homeless since 1997. since I became had my restaurant. But been teaming up with other people feeding the homeless publicly and on mass production wise since 2008. I also did a thing called Books and Barbecue with Jennifer Francis, where we give kids free books and free food. And we've passed out over 500,000 books. And nobody ever said nothing about it. And we gave those meals and those books away for free. Those were brand new books from Scholastic. Those were pallets that were given to me. And we showed the pallets, the emptying of the pallets, where we distributed the books, who got the books, and the kids. We gave out at least 50,000 books during the uprising. When y'all seen PFK boom with them boxes of books, those was the books that Jennifer Francis donated to Baltimore during the uprising. But we didn't hear those things. That's why I'm going to do this Shameful Sundays, because you don't resonate the good in the community. So we got to shame these individuals in which you hold so highly in our society. You shame Jesus, you shame Malcolm, you shame Martin, and you shame me. That's why I say Jesus had a cross, Martin had a dream, Malcolm got a gun, Shorty got a toilet. We all had our shit to deal with. I'm still breathing. I'm still alive. I was able to tell my story. I was able to share my truth. And that's the beauty of this. It's like the Khalif Browder story. Except I didn't need Jay-Z to publish this. I did it all on my own. I did it with the support of my community. I always told y'all I'd rather have 1 million friends than $1 million. And this is the reason why. If I get $1 from one of my friends, I'm a millionaire. They only got 999,999. You understand? If I got 1 million friends, I'll never be poor. I'll be rich in spirit. I'll be rich in community. I'll be rich wherever I go. Because I don't need money when you got friends. You contact Terrence from Terror Cafe. If I'm hungry and need a meal, I go to Terrence. He'll feed me. If I ain't got no clothes and I need something to put on my body, I got somebody else that'll clothe me. I'll never be hungry and I'll never be homeless because I got 1 million friends. We developed the Underground Railroad, and that was part of developing the Underground Railroad. We developed the Underground Railroad in 1997, and we showed the goodness in the community, and we did it on film. We did it on MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, social media for social change. We can't claim to believe in Martin Luther King. We can't claim to believe in Malcolm X. We can't claim to believe in Jesus Christ. We can't claim to believe in Allah, all these creations, and not practice what they teach us. Not once in these 13 years have I when I gave up selling drugs, I gave up selling. Chose to be an advocate in the community. I've been a relentless advocate in my community. Another cheat, because I'm not a pacifist. If you strike me, I'm going to strike you back. If you take from me, I'm going to take back. I'm a mixture of Martin and Malcolm with a little Stephen Biko and Nelson Mandela and a dash of Frederick Douglass. And then you give me 2 cups of Thurgood Marshall and you come up with Shorty. We traded the penitentiary for the plantation cotton for cocaine and wheat, the cash crop. We've been in America for 400 years, and this is America's public shame. This is America's public shame. That's why I put it on the toilet. Under the 13th Amendment, if we commit a crime, we go back to being a slave. We give up our rights. But if a white person commits that crime, they don't give up their rights because they was never a slave. We came here as property. You treat us as property. And you trade us as commodities on the markets. Baltimore's one of Baltimore's number one investments in their investment portfolio is Alabama's prison industry. Now, if y'all think I'm lying, go to Joan Pratt, the comptroller, and ask her. Go to the comptroller and ask her. Ask them to give you a printout of whose investments and where our investment is, and ask who surety bonds is invested in what. That's why Governor O'Malley created zero tolerance and stop and frisk, and he put his wife in court, and he put Bobby Zirkin and Bobby Zirkin's law firm and all of them in place. It's a repeat of Richard Daley's crime machine in Chicago. It's just a blueprint. If you go look at Operation Greylord from 1986, they did the exact same thing. Cashing out in the court, racketeering and fraud. Racketeering and fraud. Other paperwork that I have here. This is the Maryland Public Justice Center. I'm going to show you how they shielding this corruption too. That's the Public Justice Center, North Charles Street. That's Dwayne G. Davis. They sent this back. This is returned to sender. They didn't want this. It was a whistleblower's application. Because I was going to expose the Democratic Party. I was going to expose the Maryland corruption machine. And not only that, I was showing how Nick Mosby came from Baltimore City Council to Baltimore State Representative back to Baltimore County President, and how you're manipulating the system to create this machine that Governor O'Malley created. Kevin Bilal and Mosby is part of Governor O'Malley's mob machine. If you look at the pictures that they took when Congressman Brown ran for governor in 2014, look at all the people in the room. Ricky Spector was in the room. Kevin Bilal was in the room. Nick Mosby was in the room. And I took a picture with Congressman Cummings because I told y'all I had to reshoot the footage that y'all stole from me. Now, he hates it when he sees me. Delegate Samuel Rosenberg from the 41st District, Health and Government Operations Committee. Yeah. Upper Park Heights. How much money y'all make of the black people in Lower Park Heights? Yeah. We're going to talk about all that. Now, this is Kurt Anderson. Kurt Anderson is he done got caught with his hands up people's skirt because he a flirt. But y'all ain't going to do nothing to Kurt Anderson. Kurt Anderson been participating in this prison industry with Bobby Zirkin and Glenn. Now, Maggie McIntosh and Mary Washington, y'all seen me on the corner of Lockard Raven and Alameda when y'all first came into office. And I told y'all about this movie and this documentary. Matter of fact, I left DVDs on your doors where Mark Steiner's studio is now on 32nd Street. I've been asking to access the grand jury for the longest, but y'all give me the Hollywood shuffle. Y'all duck and dodge me. So if you running for office, you need to address that in 2020. You want to keep your seat? You need to address that in 2020. Because like I said, I'm building toilets. Potty training politicians, because people pay attention. And Mr. Hayes, me and you have had the conversation publicly at Ryan Dorsey's annual outing. We're talking about the war on drugs. You did a good shuffle around, but I'm asking a question. If we want to end the violence, do we end the war on drugs? Yes or no? These individuals represent Baltimore City. These individuals also represent me, because I was locked up. I'm a Baltimore City resident. This is Shorty's Underground. My store is in Baltimore County, but my store was in Baltimore County, but I was a Baltimore City resident. All right. State of Maryland, Department of the Environment. Mail theft and vandalism complaint. United States Post Office. That's a federal offense. And this is the Department of this is the Comptroller's Office. Federal audit and criminal charges. I'm going to publicly shame you. You see that? Publicly shame you. Federal Trade Commission, Credit Bureau, your local police department. That's the IRS. That's Shellenberger. That's Marilyn Mosby. All right. And this is your controller. And this is the case. I'm going to publicly shame you into giving me what belongs to me. I'm going to publicly shame you until I get what belongs to me. That's the case. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? Because if you go after Paul Weinblatt, he participated in the fraud. He's been doing my taxes since 1997 to 2007. No taxes were admitted in 2008. That's a federal and state audit. And that's the IRS. And I'm making an IRS ass. I'm going to publicly shame you. It's shame you Sunday. Shame you and shut you down. So my broadcast is down to my last minute. So while we're in the room, these are the toys that I'm going to start selling. Because it's election year. And y'all like the yellow man or the orange man with the yellow hair. Y'all going to love Curious George. And y'all going to love my rat. Because Fox 45 made me famous for the rat and the yellow man. When he had his campaign here in the summer, I did the rat and the yellow man. Art and activism. I'm going to publicly shame you. I'm going to take everything that I learned from Martin Luther King. I'm going to give it to you. To the 13th power. Everything that Martin Luther King taught me. I'm going to give it to you. This is the end of our broadcast for Sunday. Society Shame. We're going to end this. We're going to end this. So go to Eddie Griffith's page and look at the minute and a half he made about President Trump. We're going to add this on YouTube. And then go to Fox 45 and Starbucks. Now, if you look at the COVID-19, ain't a lot of that happening in Africa. All right? Not a lot in Africa. All right? And Chucky said he ain't going to get sick. Chucky's out walking the dog today. All power to the people. When I build this toilet, y'all going to love it. I'm going to light it up.